Background of the research. For most people, watching movie is a hobby. It is raised next to eating and sleeping. Nowadays, movies are part of people's journeys. In fact, some people believe that movies are screen version of their life. There are many movie genres such as romance, thriller, comedy, action, drama, horror, fiction, and more. There are many platforms that we can use to watch movies such as Netflix, Google, YouTube, and at the cinema. Watching certain types of movie present you with ideas and opinions about current situation which are happening across the world. By watching movie, it can make you gain a lot of knowledge. Besides, it does not matter whether you are watching the film for fun or educational purpose. Population of interest. Student of KPMBP from class Diploma in Accounting and Diploma in Logistic Management. Next is about questionnaire. First question that we ask is about student cost. Next is about semester of the student. After that, we ask about student like or not to watching movie, and most of the student like to watch movie. Then we ask about genre of movie that student like to watch. There are many genre of movie that we know, but in our questionnaire we give 7 options, which is romance, thriller, comedy, action, drama, horror, and fiction. Next, we ask about how much time that students spend to watch movie in a week. We give an option which is 0 to 5 hours, 5 hours to 10 hours, 10 hours to 15 hours, 15 hours to 20 hours, and 20 to 25 hours. Last but not least, we ask about how many movies the student watch in a week, and we give an option which is 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6.
Assalamualaikum. Now I will be explaining about the graphs. There are 5 graphs in total. The first one is bar graph. The motive of this bar graph is to know the total of students that love to watch movies based on genre. There are 5 students who like watching romantic genre, 5 students like to watch thriller, 3 students like to watch comedy, 15 students like to watch action, 5 students like to watch drama, 6 students like to watch horror, and 1 student like to watch fiction. The next graph is a pie chart. The motive of this chart is to know how many students like to watch movie and how many don't. The result of this chart is there are 39 students that like to watch movie and only 1 student that doesn't like to watch movie. The next graph is histogram. The graph is based on data how many hours does the students of KPMBP spend in a week watching movies. Based on the data, 19 students spend 0 to 5 hours, 13 students spend 5 to 10 hours, 5 students spend 10 to 15 hours, 1 student spend 15 to 20 hours, and 2 students spend 20 to 25 hours watching movies. The data that was used to do the graph is the number of students and class boundaries from how many hours does the student spend a week watching movies. The next graph is polygon graph, and the data is the same as histogram graph. The only difference is we use midpoint and the number of students for this graph. The last graph is OGIF. The graph is based on data how many movies does the students of KPMBP watch in a week. There are 16 students watch 0 to 2 movies, 15 students watch 2 to 4 movies, 5 students watch 4 to 6 movies, 2 students watch 6 to 8 movies, and 2 students watch 8 to 10 movies in a week. For this graph, we use class boundaries and frequency. To find the frequency is by adding the number of students, and that is the frequency of the graph.
Okay, for mean, use the formula total frequency multiplication midpoint divide total frequency, and then enter the value 118 divide 40 equal to 2.95. So the interpret is the student in KPMBP spend 2.95 hours per week to watching movie. For mood, okay, mood use formula lower boundary plus open bracket frequency of model class minus frequency of class before model class, and divide frequency of model class minus frequency of class before model class plus frequency of model class minus frequency of class after model class, and close the bracket, multiplication class width, and enter the value 0 plus open the bracket 16 minus 0 divide 16 minus 0 plus 16 minus 15, close the bracket, and multiplication 2 equal 0 plus open bracket 16 divide 17, close the bracket, and multiplication 2 equal to 0 plus 1.88, and the answer is 1.88. So the interpret is majority of the students spend 1.88 hours per week to watch movie. Next, for median, use formula lower boundary plus open bracket total frequency divide 2 minus cumulative frequency of class before median class, and divide frequency of median class, close the bracket, and multiplication class width, and enter the value 2 plus open bracket 40 divide by 2 minus 16 and divide 31, close the bracket, and multiplication 2 equal to 2 plus 0.26, and the answer is 2.26. Interpret from 40 student of KPMBP, 50% student of KPMBP spend less than 2.26 hours per week to watch movie. Then 50% student of KPMBP spend more than 2.26 hours per week to watch movie. Okay, for quarter 1, okay, use formula lower boundary plus open bracket total frequency divide by 4 minus cumulative frequency of class before, and divide frequency of first quartile class, close the bracket, and multiplication class width. Next, enter the value 0 plus open bracket 40 divide by 4 minus 0 and divide 16 and close the bracket, multiplication 2 equal to 0 plus open bracket 10 divided by 16 close bracket, and multiplication 2 equal to 1.25. So interpret from 40 student of KPMBP, 25% student of KPMBP spend less than 1.25 hours per week to watch movie. Then another 75% of student KPMBP spend more than 1.25 hours to watch movie. Okay, next is for quarter 3. Use formula lower boundary plus open bracket 3 multiplication total frequency divided by 4 minus the cumulative frequency of the class before, and divide frequency of the median class, and then close the bracket and multiplication class width, and then enter the value 2 plus open bracket 3 multiplication 40 divided by 4 minus 16 divided by 31, close the bracket, and multiplication 2 equal to 2 plus open the bracket 14 divided by 31, close the bracket, multiplication 2, and equal to 2 plus 0.90, and the answer is 2.90. And interpret from 40 students of KPMBP, 75% students of KPMBP have spent less than 2.90 hours per week to watch movie. Then another 25% student of KPMBP spend more than 2.90.
So for the next is standard deviation and variance. So this is the problem solving of standard deviation. This is the formula of standard deviation. And the answer for standard deviation is 2.167. And for the variance is standard deviation square. And so the answer for variance is 2.167 square. And we will get 4.7. For coefficients of variance, COV, the formula is S over by X times 100. So 2.167 divided by 2.95 times 100. For the answer is 73.46%. So to conclude here, 12.5% is the most stable than 73.46, and 73.46 is more variable than 12.5%. That's all for me.
Next, in conclusion, after we done our survey data, we get information from KPMBP students. So the first one is we're able to determine how many time that they spend to watch movie per week. So next, about the genre. So in our questionnaire, we put many types of genre so that they can choose what they like. So for the most type genre KPMBP student likes is action. Know that many of us really like to watch movie, but only a few of them did not like to watch movie. So they maybe likes to do other things. So as conclusion, we must be able to manage our time to watch movie and study so that it can be stable and it's good for ourselves. So lastly, for example, in conclusion, student may use laptop, which is the device that they can use for watching movie, and they can go to cinema to watch movie. For suggestions based on the survey report above, students at KPMBP spend a lot of time on watching movie. So besides, as a full-time student, they need to manage the time wisely when watching movie and study, but not only watch movie but do other things. So other than that, student KPMBP should watch more English language movie so that they can improve their grammar and train themselves to talk in English. So that's it, our group presentation for assignment business statistics, and thank you.